Aloha. This is Trinidad, the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And yes, this is Trinidad, the Island Man, your Island Man. And Sunday night, Sunday, I had seen a wonderful animated movie from Japan, a Japanese anime movie called JUJUTSU KAISEN 0, the movie. And apparently this is based on a fairly famous anime, manga, and also series that has been shown in Japan. And I think in some places you can find it here, most likely on Crunchyroll. This is the very first time I've heard of it. But unlike most animated movies based on long-running manga series and animated series, this movie itself was very encapsulated and kind of was a prequel to, because it says it's based on a prequel manga of, you know, the beginning of JUJUTSU KAISEN. So overall, remember our rating scale. Shaka thumbs up. It's good to see. I recommend it. Shaka thumbs down. It's bad to see. It's junk. I don't recommend it. And for JUJUTSU KAISEN 0, the movie, it is a strong Shaka thumbs up. Again, as I was saying, some manga, some anime movies based on long series of manga and animated series. Some movies, you've really got to know what's going on and who's who, and to get the gist of what's going on. Sure, there's going to be a lot of action. Sure, there's going to be spectacular fighting, etc. But overall, you just don't know the overall story of what's going on, what's taking place with these guys, etc. And fortunately, in JUJUTSU KAISEN 0, the movie, being that it's set up as a prequel, this is the very beginning of our hero, per se, as he comes into realizing what his power is overall. Without any spoilers, pretty much, basically, JUJUTSU KAISEN is a school that teaches kind of a school of magic, sort of like Hogwarts. Think of maybe more comic book inspired New Mutants, led by Professor Xavier, not the official X-Men, but younger students trying to learn their powers and how to use them properly to help people in the world. And to not injure themselves and people that they love. Well, but think of this as with magic. Again, like the Hogwarts, Harry Potter kind of reference with it. Whereas individuals are cursed from their birth or later on during their young lives. And in trying to live their lives, they discover that they are cursed. And these curses, depending on the severity, can actually kill people in their families, their friends, their loved ones, etc. Often when they have no control over them at all. Or at the very least, at best, seriously injure people. And so it's under their best interest to try to get control of these during their teenage years before their adult lives. Or else, they're not going to really have too much of a life. Such is our main hero, who seems to have been cursed by a childhood friend after she dies in a terrible motor vehicle accident. Having wished to, when they're adults, marry him. Unfortunately, since she is killed, she is unable to do so, but her spirit cannot seem to move on. Thus, attaches itself to him as a curse, and thus haunts him and anyone who gets close to him. Basically, almost beneficially, it protects him But as he cannot control this spirit that is attached to him of his childhood girlfriend, anyone who attacks him, bullies at school, are terribly and violently ripped apart to shreds. This is, make no doubt, not really a kid's movie. Maybe they've enjoyed the manga, but this is a very adult, child, mature audience rating of a manga movie and probably series, very much akin to Demon Slayer. Whereas, the curse, the spirit that's attached to this young man, this teenage boy, who he can't control, kills anyone who might harm him or seems to come between him and this curse, this spirit. So he is brought into this school with other individuals who are cursed with various different powers or curses, very much like a mutant power that they must learn to use and control. And the school seems to teach them to go and protect other people, normal humans, from these curses throughout the world. And it is here that they meet almost a Magneto-like character that turns out to be very much the bad guy, who believes that people with curses and magical abilities, very much like a Voldemort, or Strange New Beasts, that guy. I forget his name, the Johnny Depp guy, or now the Matt Nicholson guy, is looking to take over and feels superior to that of normal humans, and thus takes on all of Tokyo in a battle royale against the school. And so it is up to all the students and teachers of this school to defend Japan and thus the world against this other powerful mage or sorcerer who has control of certain curses and is much, much more powerful than any one individual at the school, except perhaps maybe his best friend, the people, the one person who is actually teaching our hero how to use his curse. There are some plot twists, some ins and outs that I don't want to reveal as far as the nature of his curse and the curse of this young woman, this young girl who had loved our hero, that comes into play later on. And there are some twists with that, as we find out later on, that kind of change the dynamic of this character. And at the very end, it is set open for a continuation, or I've heard some people in the theater talk about how this sets up season 2 of JUJUTSU Kaisen, the series. And basically, it seems that this individual might have gone down the path of evil after defeating this Magneto-like character. I'm not 100% sure at that, but it does look very, very interesting. And it has made me excited to maybe see another movie of JUJUTSU Kaisen, or at least maybe look into the manga later when it comes maybe to Netflix, as they have a lot. I haven't checked on Hulu if it's there yet, but look forward to that. And keep an eye out for JUJUTSU Kaisen Zero, the movie, and also the series. And check it out when and however you can, as it is a phenomenal anime. Again, a strong Shaka thumbs up. Go ahead and check it out when you can, however you can, or purchase the manga somewhere. I'm sure it's online for your viewing pleasure. Again, just generally, I'd say, I had seen this Sunday after finishing all of Saturday. I finished all of season 3 of Demon Slayer, and I cannot stress how helpful that was as far as the overall tone of going into JUJUTSU Kaisen 0, the movie. As far as, you know, whereas they're not demon slayers per se, but they are curse slayers in themselves, and they use their abilities to protect normal humans, very much like, you know, those of, you know, those in Demon Slayer against the demons. So it was very much like that, but set in modern times, of course. Very X-Men-ish, very Hogwarts-ish, Harry Potter-ish. So if you're into that kind of genre and you like magic, you like Demon Slayer, then JUJUTSU Kaisen, the series, the manga, and JUJUTSU Kaisen, the movie, 0, the movie, is directly up your alley, and check it out. Strong shaka thumbs up, and you won't be disappointed. All right. Thank you so much. Just wanted to give you a quick rundown on that movie. I know some other prominent reviewers have done a review on this already, namely Chris Stuckman. I did see a brief note that he had done a review on this, and he loves anime, and he looked very happy. I did not watch his review because I didn't want it to taint my review, but he seemed, on his thumbnail, looked very happy at watching this movie, and you will too, as I was when I viewed it. All right, mahalo and aloha.